Had to get that shit up out the way right there. Damn. You got to go through them act of Congress with this shit out here, man. You got to go through the whole act with this shit out here. You hear me? Yeah. Just to be able to get this shit on, man. Like, this shit is like bugged the fuck out. This shit bugged all the way the fuck out right here.
Awesome. I have a Babylon dad that's asking a question.
Is he there? Can I speak to him?
He doesn't want to be on camera. So
okay, well I can hear his voice. I can hear all his questions. All his questions I can hear him.
Okay, cool.
No, some of the stuff you say I do believe, but why can't you educate the masses where it's needed in Babylon, quote unquote?
Okay, so you cannot heal yourself in the same environment that you got sick in. See, Babylon is that you have now. You have to change your environment. We know this through epigenetics. We know through epigenetics that if you take a stem cell and put it in an environment of muscles, that the stem cell will start to reproduce the environment of muscles. This is simple, simply by understanding the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is ruling 90% of your reality. You have to change your environment to change your mind, to give yourself the healthy. So here, if I'm going to work on myself, I have to make sure that I give myself the premium environment to come into my higher self and stay there. If your environment is subconsciously telling you to go against the very thing that you stand for, therefore you have to change your environment. You understand what I'm saying to
you? Yeah, I hear that.
So around you, you have people talking like that. Okay, so let me explain to you like this. Your mother might be saying something, right? Here's how the mind works. The subconscious does not know the separation of me and you. The subconscious mind doesn't hear that. If I say to you, good man, if I say to you, hey, I'm having a bad day, what did you hear?
All I heard was you.
What did you hear?
That I am.
Yeah, what did you hear me say? You said, no, I said, I'm having a bad day. What did you hear?
I just heard the words. I'm having a bad day.
Right. So what you heard consciously and what you heard subconsciously is two different things. What you heard consciously is that, oh, that brother said he having a bad day. This is what the conscious mind does. It creates separation. The subconscious mind doesn't know separation. What you heard subconsciously is, I'm having a bad day. So what I've made you say subconsciously is that I'm having a bad day. Do you understand what I'm saying? On a conscious level, your mind creates separation. So he says, oh, he's having a bad day. I'm not having a bad day. But on a subconscious level, what you heard is, I'm having a bad day. So with us knowing that 90% of our reality is controlled and influenced by our subconscious mind, we must change our environment to say things that are aligned with our.
I'm just trying to figure out why her daddy's sitting up and he listening to all this bullshit, to tell you the truth. I mean, like I say, we damn near 3 minutes into the conversation, and you know what I'm saying? Anybody that got enough damn sense will know that all this shit that Nature Boy talking about right now is some bullshit.
To be around people that think like us, that to be around people or around an environment that promotes where we're trying to go. We cannot stay in an environment that subconsciously programs us to go against the very conscious thing we're trying to do. It makes no sense.
No, that makes some sense. But as yesterday, real talk, I had ups and downs yesterday, but I was able to, through my teaching and learning, to keep a stable balance. I had the same challenge that came in the morning. They came around the other at the end of the day. That ended up helpful to me. From the morning time, I wouldn't even be able to accept that the promotion in the end time with the same word. And all this is my same being. Now, previously, I probably would have reacted. Say you have a promotion at a job or whatever you get. And that same morning, they say, well, due to this fact, you cannot have this promotion. Normally that would knock someone down of a lesser mind, or lesser conscience, as you would say. And no, that probably would have been me back in the day. React.
Man, that little girl daddy sound like he is older and he's definitely out of tune and he really don't know what the fuck going on. And he pretty much just regurgitating some of the stuff that he done heard her say. Now, being that I can tell that he's older, because he definitely could not and cannot have any formal knowledge whatsoever of who Nature Boy is and what Nature Boy been doing as far as psychologically fucking up people. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. I don't think he heard any of those videos right there.
Oh, they don't want.
Look how she acting. She looked like one of them kids too, you know, that just get shit. You know, like children, you know, who have older parents, you know, that try everything in the world within their power to try to compensate for the time they not spending with them by buying them gifts and things like that, being real lenient of their actions or whatever. That's what I get when I look at this girl right here.
Be here and look at all the other external factors. But I looked at myself and said, okay, I maintained my same comment, my same frequency throughout the day. And later on, it came back to think that, oh, you know what? That was a mistake. Instead of,
okay, so what you're doing is you're making the mistake that a lot of people are doing. This is the new age of spirituality. They use spirituality to exist. They use knowledge of self to try to exist in Babylon. So what you're doing, a lot of people are doing. They're like, oh, let's be vegan so you can be a healthier cancer cell. So they're feeding now the cancer cell has adapted itself to be vegan. You see, you know, so we're using these concepts for the Babylon lower self. So you're using good concepts, the laws of attraction and everything and how to respond within the system that perpetuates your ignorance. So this is what the new age spirituality is doing. It's saying that, yeah, we need to stay right here and be in this and use these concepts, these spiritual concepts to raise the vibration. But the truth is you can't raise the vibration because subconsciously it's already a system that is set and programmed for.
See, that's another thing too. And trust me, I see your comment. And like I say, just by her sitting there, you know, playing with her hair while talking to Nature Boy, that right there alone, that's not a good look. That's not cool at all. And being that he is a fairly older man, you know, than of on what that she is as far as in age or whatever, like all of this right here within itself is inappropriate. I don't know what her father is doing, whether he's on the computer or he's simply watching TV, you know, why that she's on the live stream. And I don't know what lies that she done told him or whatever reinforcement that she gave him that everything was going to be okay by her decision with saying I'm about to leave the country and go and be with this guy. I don't know. But what I do know is this some strange shit, man.
One thing, and that's death.
It's not
So what
changing.
Right, is used good concepts in a bad environment. So that makes you say, so now this makes a docile house nigga. You see what I'm saying? So now you become a house nigga that uses.
That was just an example of.
No. I know. I'm using that example too. I'm using that example too as well. What I'm telling you is, you want to use divinity in that environment. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve God and money.
So if my calling is to teach others, as I know my calling is, youth. Right.
You're calling to do what now?
We all have different callings on this earth, right? Right?
Well, no. I just told you today. Today, my sermon of today was to let you know that all of us have the same purpose for being here. Every last one of us are here for the same purpose.
Do you hear this dude, man?
That purpose is to not pursue happiness, but to find the righteous path and stay on it. That means to find who you truly are. Everything you're doing is trying to show you what you are. Even your daughter in this moment is trying to show you who you truly are. You're just in resistance to what she's trying to teach you. She's trying to show you what you really are, but you're not ready to receive it. So you will reincarnate to this place.
Nature Boy sound like the worst bad car salesman that I have ever heard in my fucking life. This dude is worse than the shade tree mechanic. This dude is worse than the dude on Canal Street selling the fake chains. This dude is worse than foreigners at the flea market selling Gucci bags, Prada, Michael Kors, the knockoffs. Like, this is the level of wizardry and fuckery that Nature Boy is in.
Until your soul is ready. Your daughter is trying to tell you who you really are, but you are reluctant to listen. So you will get the lesson in another form. You will get it into another form.
Listen to him. Nature Boy got more game than them damn Africans that be working on Old National Highway down there in Georgia.
Wait, she is who I am, and what I've imputed in her as since a youth is allowing her to fluctuate to who she is right now.
No, she's something different.
He's sitting up there trying to tell the man she's
If she
something
was to be
different.
who you wanted her to be, we wouldn't be having this conversation. She's something different from you. She's there to help you and advance you.
What do I want her to?
You want her to live. You want her to live in Babylon. You want her to go to college. You want her to do. You want her to do what you want her to do. You want her to do what you. You want her to do what you would want her to do. Huh?
If that was the case, I would have made her play softball for 4 years like she had scholarships to go to. I would have made her go to college like that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all at this point, but I do have to say that I feel strongly that her pops is a little slow. It looked like that she do a lot of little sneaky stuff. She don't even have to do it behind her father's back, because I don't even think that, you know, he is at the point to say that there's anything that his little girl, being that she's daddy little girl, I don't think that it's anything that she could do that's wrong in his eyes. That's why even with this shit right here, talking to a fucking cult leader on a live stream, a pedophilian cult leader at that, an abusive, aggressive dictator who has made a presence on social media that has not only manipulated people, but he's confused them, he's subdued them. He basically done script them all the way down to fucking looking like Skeletor.
Turn her into a cancer cell, and she don't want to be a cancer cell. She don't want to be a part of that system. She want to be God. She don't want to be a cancer. She wants to be an immune system cell. She want to live in harmony with the universe. She doesn't want to be a softball player. That's not who she's here to be. She want to be God.
I face her that. But as her many talents that she gets from our divine being, those are just one of her many talents that she has. So,
she want to be the zenith. She want to be the complete zenith of who she is. She wants to be a goddess. She wants to.
Do you hear this stuff, man? You see all the stuff that he is reinforcing within her father. It's like he pretty much telling her father what his daughter wants to be in life. And he's sitting there and going along with this shit.
Teach the world how to live on this planet that we live on. You don't have a concern about the well-being of you. You don't seem to have a concern. You don't seem to have a concern about the well-being of the health of the human being and the human mind and evolving the human.
The same way this little girl is cutting off her father when we don't see this stuff on the live stream, this is the exact same thing that Nature Boy is doing, vice versa. You see, that's why she's so lethargic. She's so relaxed. She cool with the idea of this guy she never met in her entire life, disrespecting, belittling, derogating, and being sarcastic with pseudo teachings and jargon. That's what's going on right now on this damn live stream.
You don't seem to have a concern.
No,
you're worried about softball. You want her to be in college. Her concerns are different. Her heart cares about nature. Her heart cares about teaching people how to live in harmony with the universe and understanding that they're God. She has a different calling on her. She has a different calling on her life. And so she's here to get you to wake up. She came through.
Her goal is to.
She came through you to help you advance, man.
Her car is bigger than what she perceives she is. They're bigger than you perceive she is. You know,
No,
that's
I know who she is.
now,
I know who she is.
now. Not things I made her or want her to do. Not at all. I haven't forced her to do anything. My calling is
So
to
why are
educate
you
youth
supporting her path?
to know who they
Why
are.
are you not? Why are you not right now supporting her path?
I've always supported that. I just told
Okay,
her
then why we having this
whatever she
conversation?
does, make sure think about it thoroughly. If that's the street, skateboarding down the hill, think about it thoroughly before you just dip go. So
You see this shit? He's sitting up here asking this child's father why this and why that. Man, her daddy's supposed to have been cussed. Man, her daddy's supposed to have been cussed Nature Boy motherfucking ass out. This nigga sit here eating them stale ass motherfucking squirrel nuts and shit. Yeah, that motherfucking generic ass granola and shit that he eat, man. I'm telling you, man, this club foot ass nigga right here don't have no respect whatsoever for anybody, man. Anybody. You know, he wants you to look him in, you know, his eyes and shit when he talking, you see. But then when a person is talking, addressing him, he feel as if that he don't even have to be attentive. This is beyond disrespectful. And if this young girl is actually seeing Nature Boy as being someone as an example, this is a bad example right here, actually dealing with communication between two adults. Not only do I not see Nature Boy as being an adult, I don't even see him as being a fucking man. But to do this in front of this child while on a live stream, I understand why he deleted this video now.
support her in everything she does, more than anybody has. Period. That's on the phone with her and talking to her about this. She confides in me more than anyone that she talks to, and I'm her dad.
Right. Have you thought
So,
about what she's thinking about thoroughly?
I'm not putting her in the box. She has a
Have you thought about?
plethora of
Have you thought about?
I could easily, every time I went, take money and I'm out. About what?
Okay, y'all breaking up. Y'all call back in later, man.
See?
So as you can see,
See how he got done with him real quick. You see? Yeah, y'all come back in later on. See, he deleted all that shit right there. Let me see if they did come back in or whatever. I don't think they came back in. Nah, they ain't come back in. Nah, they didn't come back in. And like I said, I just wanted to show that, you know what I mean, while that we was up in the building, you know, and I wanted everybody to hear this because I posted a video of this girl, you know what I'm saying, today, ironically, trying to bring forth some awareness. And, you know, I just wanted to come on real quick, man, just to show y'all like how this dude he basically got him one. Like I said, you might as well just say that this little girl daddy don't really give too much about her any damn way. And I'm going to say it to that effect because he doesn't really acknowledge the seriousness behind the involvement of dealing with somebody like Nature Boy. I honestly, seriously don't even think that he know who this dude is. I don't think that he's seen any older videos. And I definitely don't think, you know, that this dad, you know, this father, you know, is thinking with a rightful sound mind right now. Something I'm sure that this teen girl is aware of. This could explain, you know, some of the things in reference to how she's getting out of the house, how she's having conversations, you know, with different boys and, you know, stuff like that or whatever. I see this, man, for what it's worth. I see this shit right here for what it's worth, yo. And like I say, man, like this shit is sad as fuck, man. And if you guys haven't seen the video I posted earlier in reference to this woman, Immortal Zoka, if I'm saying her name right. But yeah, man, definitely check it out, man. Look at her family. Look at where she came from. Look at who she's related to. And all of this to kind of, you know, be able to make a hell of a lot better sense, you know, with all of this, aside from you just sitting back, you know, in the chat and listening and saying, well, oh, okay, Nature Boy is just on again. No, this is not just Nature Boy motherfucking ass being on again. This is Nature Boy talking to a fucking 17-year-old daughter whose father has basically given permission for her to go on a fucking trip, to the damn tropics. Like, honestly, because I don't know what the hell she done told her pops. But as lenient as of on what he sounds, I'm sure that she don't have to hide too fucking much from him any damn way. So like I say, yo, it is what it is. Like I wasn't gonna be here that long. I just want to make sure that I got this out here for the people, who may be paying attention to the Carbonation Chronicles and everything that's going on, so they can be able to add this, what I'm saying, to their own personal fucking dialogues, right? 17 fucking years old. Now, do y'all see what's going on? It seems like the numbers are getting lower. They're getting younger. Because if you look at Aya, if you look at Furu, hell, they are damn near 17 years old, to tell you the truth, by the way that they think, by the way that they are mind controlled by nature, boy. But like I say, it is what it is, man. I ain't even gonna hold y'all too much longer. Matter of fact, man, enjoy the rest of your night. I'm gonna keep on beaming. Yeah, my bad, babe. I ain't